Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Meghana Vaijay. I am from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bengaluru, from the Department of Basic Science, CSC branch, first semester. Now I am discussing about the subject is Introduction to Mechanical Engineering. In this subtopic is biofuels. In the biofuels, the following contents are Introduction to biofuels, definition of biofuels, uses of biofuels, advantages of biofuels, disadvantages of biofuels, biofuels production, limitations of biofuels, types of biofuels, and generations of biofuels. Introduction to biofuels. Biofuel is a fuel that is produced over a short time span from biomass, rather than by the very slow natural processes involved in the formation of fossil fuels such as oil. Biofuel can be produced from plants or from agricultural, domestic, or industrial biowaste. Biofuels are mostly used for transportation but can also be used for heating and electricity. Biofuels are regarded as a renewable energy source. However, the use of biofuel has been controversial because of the several disadvantages associated with the use of it. The two most common types of biofuels are bioethanol and the biodiesel. Brazil is the largest producer of bioethanol, while the EU is the largest producer of biodiesel. The energy content in the global production of bioethanol and the biodiesel is 2.2 and 1.8 per year respectively. Bioethanol is an alcohol made by fermentation, mostly from carbohydrates produced in sugar or starch crops such as maize, sugar, or sweet sorghum. Cellulosic biomass derived from non-food sources such as trees and grasses is also being developed as a feedstock for ethanol production. Ethanol can be used as a fuel for vehicles in its pure form E100, but it is usually used as a gasoline additive to increase octane ratings and improve vehicle emissions. Biodiesel is produced from oils or fats using transesterification. It can be used as a fuel for vehicles in its pure form B100, but it is usually used as a diesel additive to reduce levels of particulates, carbon monoxide, and hydrocarbons from diesel powered vehicles. Definition of biofuels. Biofuels are liquid fuels produced from renewable biological sources, including plants and algae. Biofuels offer a solution to one of the challenges of solar, wind, and other alternative energy sources. Biofuels are a class of renewable energy derived from living materials. The most common biofuels are corn ethanol, biodiesel, and biogas from organic byproducts. Energy from renewable resources put less strain on the limited supply of fossil fuels, which are considered non renewable resources. Uses of biofuel energy. Most biofuels are used as transportation fuels, but they may also be used for heating and electricity generation. First one, heating. Primary biofuels or materials that are still in their raw state without processing or treatment are a common form of heating homes in developing countries where no alternative fuel source is available. While the environmental profile of these types of biofuels is not as desirable as it could be, secondary biofuels that have been processed in a refinery can serve as an efficient and eco-friendly alternative to the natural gas used to heat many homes in the Western world too. Aviation. Air travel is another major contributor to the harmful emissions that cause pollution and contribute to climate change. For that reason, many airlines have been researching how biofuels can be used in jet engines to enhance their environmental credentials. However, it should be noted that its unique properties make biodiesel unsuitable for use in the aviation industry. Transport. Biofuels such as bioethanol and biodiesel can be used as a substitute or as an additive to traditional sources of fuel for vehicles like cars and buses. However, not all vehicles in the UK are equipped to handle biofuels on their own. While analyzing them to determine concentrations of sulfur, chlorine, and other impurities is another key consideration for the biofuels used in road transport. Lubrification. Regardless of the industry or sector in which it is employed, a piece of machinery must be maintained and lubricated to ensure it runs smoothly and enjoys as long a lifespan as possible. This role has historically been fueled by diesel based and oil based lubricants, which obviously entail the same damaging consequences for the environment as all other applications of fossil fuels. Biofuels can provide a more sustainable alternative which is also more cost effective. Oil cleanup operations. Oil spillages are a sad but inevitable occurrence which happen periodically in the world of oil extraction, distribution and storage. When they do take place, they can cause devastating harm to the ecosystems which they contaminate and the animals that call them home. Thankfully, biofuels have been demonstrated to effectively address these problems since the methyl esters contained in the fuel source is a powerful solvent that can serve as a washing agent for contaminated shorelines. Advantages of biofuels. Energy efficiency. One of the primary benefits of using biodiesel is energy efficiency, reducing foreign oil dependency. Health benefits. Positive economic impact, reducing greenhouse gases, sustainability, high quality engine performances. Disadvantages of biofuels. It disturbs the life cycle, cost of labor, and it requires huge space for storage. More water consumption, especially in dry climates. Growing biomass for biofuel production increases the demand for agricultural land. There is concern that using valuable cropland to grow fuel crops could have an impact on the cost of food and could possibly lead to food shortages. Biofuel production. Biomass energy includes biogas, liquid biofuels that are biodiesel, ethanol, methanol, butanol, and solid biofuels. Typically wood but could be any solid burned to create energy from it. Solid biofuels can be burned directly to create energy, but both biogas and liquid biofuels must go through a conversion process to become usable fuel. There are several processes that convert biomass to fuels that power homes, create fuel for vehicles, and fulfill other energy needs. How biomass is processed depends on the type of biomass, example, manure or oilseed crops, and how it will be used, example, to fuel cars or power generators. The three main processes by which energy can be obtained from direct consumption by burning solid fuel to power generators, bacterial decomposition, which is also called anaerobic digestion. In these processes, bacteria digest wet waste without being exposed to oxygen to create methane gas. Conversion to liquid or gaseous fuels. Limitations of biofuels. Individuals concerned about energy security and carbon dioxide emissions see biofuels as a viable alternative to fossil fuels. However, biofuels also have shortcomings. Biofuels have also become a point of contention for conservation groups who argue that biocrops would go to better use as a source of food rather than fuel. Specific concerns center around the use of large amounts of arable land that are required to produce biocrops, leading to problems such as soil erosion, deforestation, fertilizer runoff, and salinity. Biofuels have a smaller carbon footprint than fossil fuels during consumption. Still, biofuel crop production requires large amounts of both oil and water resources. Furthermore, biofuels remain similar in environmental impact to fossil fuels, despite the common view that they are carbon neutral. Types of biofuels: bioethanol, biodiesel, biogas, biobutanol, and biohydrogen. First one, bioethanol. It is derived from corn and sugarcane using fermentation process. A liter of ethanol contains approximately two-thirds of the energy provided by a liter of petrol. When mixed with petrol, it improves combustion performance and lowers the emissions of carbon monoxide and sulfur oxide. Biodiesel. It is derived from vegetable oils like soybean oil or palm oil. Vegetable waste oils and animal fats by a biochemical processes called transesterification. It produces very less or a no amount of harmful gases as compared to diesel. It can be used as alternative for to conventional diesel fuel. Biogas. It is produced by anaerobic decomposition of organic matter like sewage from animals and humans. Major proportions of biogas are methane and carbon dioxide, though it also has small proportions of hydrogen sulfide, hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and siloxanes. It is commonly used for heating electricity and for automobiles. Biobutanol. It is produced in the same way as bioethanol, that is, through the fermentation of starch. The energy content in butanol is the highest among the other gasoline alternatives. It can be added to diesel to reduce emissions. It serves as a solvent in textile industry and it is also used as a base in perfumes. Biohydrogen. Biohydrogen, like biogas, can be produced using a number of processes such as pyrolysis, gasification, or biological fermentation. It can be the perfect alternative for fossil fuel. Generations of biofuels. First generation. First generation biofuels are those that are produced from edible energy crops such as sugar based crops, starch based crops or corn, wheat, and barley, or oil based crops that are rapeseed, sunflower, and canola. Second generation. Second generation biofuels, also known as advanced biofuels or fuels that can be manufactured from various types of non-wood biomass. Biomass in this context means plant materials and animal waste used especially as a source of fuel. Third generation. Third generation biofuels are also known as algae fuel or oilage. Since they are produced from the algae, algae leads to the production of all types of biofuels such as biodiesel, gasoline, butanol, propanol, and ethanol, with high yield approximately 10 times higher than the second generation biofuel. Fourth generation. Fourth generation biofuels are the amalgamation of genomically prepared microorganisms and genetically engineered feedstock. Cyanobacteria are engineered to increase the oil yield and are used for the efficient production of bioenergy. Finally, I am giving conclusion all about these biofuels. Biofuels can be used for heating, lighting, power, and transport. Photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast of cells, and the process consists of two stages: light and dark reactions. There are a number of biological products that can be used as biofuels, including wood, grasses, oils, sugars, and starches. Wood and grasses are good fuels because they grow relatively quickly. Biofuels are mostly used for transportation but can also be used for heating and electricity. Biofuels are regarded as renewable energy source. However, the use of biofuel has been controversial because of the several disadvantages associated with the use of it. Thank you for watching.